Hello, Pickles and Syrup, otherwise known as my audience of 45 subscribers and about 20 other random viewers that never subscribe and or comment on the videos. Now, today I'll be playing Bad Company 1, not Bad Company 2, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I'll be running the specialist class with the UMP, playing here on Harvest Day, which anybody that hasn't played Bad Company 1 should be familiar with it from Bad Company 2, as this is where it originally started, this map did. Now, why am I playing on Bad Company 1? It's a 3-year-old game, and there's two reasons why. As I just said, it's a 3-year-old game, and I haven't seen too many people do a commentary over Bad Company 1 gameplay. It's usually over Bad Company 2, which is not a big deal, but I thought I would change it up. And the other reason is that Bad Company 1, and this map in particular, has a very strong connection to my clan, which I'll be talking about clan stuff today. Now the connection is that 2 years ago, around June 22nd, 2009, which was the day that this clan formed, the idea popped up for a clan between me and my advisor, if you will, who would be Ghost Recon 1, and we started to think about a possible clan, and we started to formulate names, and the name we came on was obviously Ghost Recon. This is not the official way that it was spelled back then, but we had to change it due to character boundaries on the PlayStation Network names. And so this map holds very big. This map is very big to whenever I think about it, because I know without this map, the idea could have formed on any other map, but it formed on this one. This is where we started to talk about it. It eventually led to the name and the creation. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about Battlefield 3. Yes, Battlefield 3. Soon to be one of the greatest games ever made. And many of you that may be watching may be looking forward to Modern Warfare 3 as well. And I am quick to give my own opinion, so I will just say this. Modern Warfare 3, with buying Modern Warfare 3, you may as well be buying Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be the exact same game with a couple enhancements to make it seem like it's new, but it won't be. We all know Battlefield 3 is going to be the better game, but we all know that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 will beat Battlefield 3 in sales. There's no denying that. There's no arguing that. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is not a common subject that I've seen here on the YouTube community machine thing, Pickles. I'm going to be talking about the clan aspect of it, which is something that I haven't seen, and not just about squads or clan tags or a squad system that they can make in the game. I'm going to be talking about the transition that all clans are gonna have to make from Battlefield Bad Company 2 to Battlefield 3. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, I have a little bit more experience than most console clans making this transition, as I have already taken this clan and put it through the transition of Battlefield Bad Company 1 to Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now, it may not seem like a big deal, like, oh, aren't you guys all just supposed to get the same game and play it and like you normally would do? It's not that easy. It's all about organization. You have to make sure that everybody's going to get the game, and anybody that's going to get the game, what platforms they're going to get it on, because we're multi-platform here on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox. And with that, we have to make sure that each platform is going to be active enough so that we can recruit when the time comes to recruit. And recruiting can only start once a release date is given for Battlefield 3. Because once we get closer and everybody knows the release date, we can start being like, oh, join now before Battlefield 3 comes on blah 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 date. And recruiting itself is going to be a lot tougher. There was already a sales figure that came out that Battlefield 3 has surpassed Bad Company 2 pre-order sales by about 10 times the amount, or whatever figure it is. And that means there's going to be a lot of new people into this game, but mostly probably on the PC, which is something that we're going to look into as well for recruiting. But with the new game coming out, there's probably going to be so many more clans being formed, being started up, just like there was when Bad Company 2 came out. It was tough to recruit back then because everybody wanted to be part of something new and not necessarily something that was old. Not that we were old, but we didn't have that come join us now and start a new clan thing. And we already had something. We already had rules set in place. Not like it's like rules like practices and stupid stuff like that. It's like, come join and have fun, and you can have friends on Battlefield. That's what we were all about, and that's why, and that's why we formed. We didn't want to be like all the other clans, recruited on kill to death ratio or win to loss ratio or anything like that. We just wanted a bunch of good sense of humor minded people that wanted to come in and just play whenever they got on. And we didn't require people to play Battlefield Bad Company 1 all the time. They could play whatever they wanted. But unless it started to get slow like it did sometimes, we'd have them come on like twice a week at the least. And then Bad Company 2 came along, and a lot of the people that we saw on regularly left. Mostly because they didn't like Bad Company 1 as much as Bad Company 2, and therefore didn't want to be a part of something that wasn't going to be, that they were going to play anymore. And or they couldn't get Bad Company 2 in itself, and by the time they got it, we either didn't have slots available or we just weren't recruiting at the time. And now we pretty much recruit anytime, and that's because we're always looking for, I guess you could call, free agents to come join us. We're always looking for people to join in our fun, and that's what we're hoping to continue with Battlefield 3. It's not Bad Company 3, then it's going to be a little bit different than the Battlefield Bad Company series, but it's not going to be that completely different, because everything that was in Bad Company 2 is more likely going to be similar to Battlefield 3, with destruction and all that. And as clan leader, it's my job to make this transition as smooth as possible, and I have to do that through organization and knowing what people are going to do, or knowing what my moves are going to be, is good for my members. And hopefully this video can help some of you guys that maybe want to start a clan before Battlefield 3 or when Battlefield 3 opens up. And that responsibility is something that I accepted when I became the leader, and I'm glad I have ever since that first day, because I've met so many cool people on this game, and I hope to meet more when Battlefield 3 comes out. And thinking about this, I'm thinking about the future already, because that's kind of what I have to do. And the only two things that I really have to think about for the future for right now is that Battlefield 3 transition and my potential leaving next year, which I don't want to think about that now, and I don't want to have anybody else think about that, but it'll happen someday, and I don't want it to happen as much as anybody else doesn't want to happen, unless you're Ghost Recon 555, and he would love to see me leave. I'm just joking, 5. Love you, but not really. And so I have to start thinking about replacements for myself. Not replacements, it's not going to be a permanent thing, but I'm going to be starting college soon, so I have to think about that. And the Battlefield 3 transition, and maybe an implement of a PC division, because since Battlefield 3 is going to be so big on the PC. Well, anyway, that's it for me. This discussion's not over. Maybe I'll continue with a part 2. But if you enjoyed the video and you want to see a part 2, comment, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe, please, if you already haven't. And I'll see you on the battlefield. Later, guys.